Today's the day. I try to get to the top of the mountain. I had no idea these mountain climbers were so early risers. Go meet my climbing guide slash little brother, and we're gonna go see if we can drag this old man up to the top of a hill. Should be a good day.
On the surface, this is a story about a guy climbing a mountain. But there's a little more to it than that, because that guy is me. And the trek to the top of this particular mountain started a long time ago. In the summer of 2018, I was the mountain, tipping the scales at a not-so-healthy 417 pounds. I'd been an oversized guy, for lack of a better term, all of my adult life. And I'd been fortunate to never have any really serious health problems because of it. But I still missed out on a lot, especially in the outdoors, simply because I just physically couldn't do it. This place, Glacier National Park in northwest Montana, is a perfect example of that. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and I've been coming here with my family for 30 years. But during all that time, all I could enjoy was what I could get to within a very short walk from the road. While others went for hikes in the backcountry, yours truly volunteered to stay back and keep an eye on camp. But when I hit 50, cracked the 400-pound mark, and was struggling to climb a flight of stairs, I finally decided enough was enough. It was time to tear down the mountain I had become and try to find the normal weight guy I knew was still in there somewhere. Weight loss surgery was the right choice for me, and 2 years after a successful sleeve gastrectomy, I had dropped just over 200 pounds.
This place is literally like no other place that I've been to anyway.
The mountain I once was gone, and I felt ready to return to one of my favorite places in the world, and at 53, finish my personal climb out of obesity by climbing a real mountain for the very first time.
My guide had to use the facilities before we get started. Little brothers.
Of course, I'm not alone on this quest. I knew I needed someone to help me make this final climb, and there was only one guy willing to take the job. A guy that has climbed most of the peaks in this park, and who I've known his entire life. My little brother, Dave.
This is the handicap route, or the wheelchair route, which most people don't take, obviously, but that's how you get there.
Personally, I think it's fitting that the trail I'm taking, it starts out with a wheelchair route.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I need.
Nah, starts.
This is it.
First we break the rules.
Climbing the fence. Experienced hikers recommended. Hard hike.
But there's two little hearts here.
You told me that this was not so hard. So what about Oberlin here? You say it's one of your favorites. Why is that?
Well, for a short, for a fairly short climb, I like it because there's a lot of diverse terrain. We get up in the basin like this and it's flat, and so you get a break from the action, a lot of waterfalls. Eventually we're going to work our way over to the saddle here. We're going to skirt underneath the snow. You can even see a bit of the worn away path that gets you up to the saddle.
Yep, I think I see it.
Yep, and then we'll work our way to the right, and then so you get a little bit of snow travel, you get basins, you get waterfalls. We're going to work our way up to the saddle where oftentimes the breeze starts pushing through really fast. But then we get into some rock work here, and it isn't terribly dangerous, but it's fun. You get to use your hands and move around on the rock. And then we skirt sort of the underside of the summit block and work our way to the top. The top is actually, you can't quite see the summit, it's actually back there.
Yeah.
So it's even sort of deceiving. You don't quite know where the top is until you get there. So for a short hike, there's a lot of great, simple, but diverse terrain. It's likely we'll see a goat or two up here, or maybe some sheep. So maybe a bear, you never know. So, you know, again, for a fairly direct, it's fairly steep, about 1.5 miles, about 1,800 feet of vertical. So you get a lot of exercise in a short burst. We got this, you got this.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Let's keep walking. It does feel good after 30 years of looking at these peaks from the parking lot to finally be able to get up here and have a different angle. Mike. I'll name him Mike.
Doesn't take long though, does it? 30 minutes or so? 35,
Well, if we weren't running,
40 minutes. 40 minutes or so.
we weren't sprinting to get to the top.
Man, we got to get back for morning coffee.
My Taskmaster guide. Goat hair?
Yeah.
Look at that. Top of the saddle. Whoa! And look what you're greeted by up here. Wow. Holy Dave. That's neat. When we reach the top, does this little saddle have a name?
No, not that I know of.
Well, Mount Oberlin is right here. That's where we're going. And that glumble of bright, horrible, intrusive metal down there is Logan Pass Visitor Center, where we started. Dave provided perspective,
Yeah.
so you can see. And we've been climbing only for about 45 minutes, maybe.
About that. Just a second, I gotta check something in the basement.
A long way down. Graceful as a gazelle.
Look at this though, off to the left. Pretty crazy.
What am I doing here? How did you get me here, Dave?
Well, I don't know. I left something in the car. I'll be right back. Just
Now I
kidding.
got.
Yeah,
And then I got to get back down. Well,
we got all day.
once you start rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me take a look. We may have actually, people head up this way. I'm not sure this is the
Uh-oh. We might have taken a wrong turn in Albuquerque. This is my guide now. You understand? This is my guide. He has no idea where he's going. This is cool. I feel like almost like a real mountain climber, Dave. Uh-oh. I've reached a big step.
You got this.
Use the edge here. Oh, come on. Wow.
Nice. We did it. That's the right thing. Somebody's gonna.
It was not long ago where that would have never happened.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you
Well, the first thing is, I'd have never fit through that.
fit. You're 217 pounds bigger.
I was. Woo!
That's amazing. Way to go.
Here we go.
Go. Piece of cake.
Came this far.
Well, actually, yeah, the rest
No turning around now. I've got summit fever. That's what you call sweat equity. This is the problem of trying to do this on camera though, is it never can capture in 2 dimensions. You can't really capture that, you know.
So people just get kind of sketched out by that, and then you just got to get, you know, on 4s, and you can either step across here, you can head over here and step across. But if you fall, you're not gonna die. It's just you might get a little bruised up. But I've had people stop here just because it's enough to me. I'm not gonna. But
I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna get bruised up.
you won't. Ready?
Yeah.
This is pretty cool though, because you're now on an exposed slope.
You're an exposed slope. Even at 7,000, 8,000 feet, I got it. The first step's a Lulu. Death. And here's our top, our what we call the summit push, those of us who are mountain climbing experts. Just about to the top.
6.
Here we are.
A few minutes later.
I made it.
Yeah, we were probably
Wow. Made it to the top.
I'm from California.
It is a little emotional. Just 2 years ago, there was no way I was gonna would ever even get out of that parking lot down there.
They're amazing.
And thanks to some crazy life decisions, here I am, and I'm glad for it. 53 years old, and little bro gets me to the top of a hill.
Ow!
Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. Yeah,
Well, I'll do something again next
it's
year.
amazing. Yeah. Well, we got a few years yet.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Although you're as gray as I am.
Oh man. Well, we're not too far apart in age. No doubt. But you gotta keep moving. That's what you do, right?
Yep,
Just
keep moving. Well, that would be the quick way down.
Glacier National Park is known as the crown of the continent. Standing on top of that crown, surrounded by its mountaintop jewels, it's hard not to be a little introspective. And after a 3-year journey, I felt a personal satisfaction I hadn't experienced in a very long time. Soon it was time to start the trek back, but I would be taking a new part of this amazing place with me. And on the way down, we were lucky enough to have one more run-in with a local.
Now this is why in the Northland you get off the beaten path, right? And you climb a mountain. You can spend time with this young lady. This doesn't happen other places. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look, she's got a room with quite a view. You're blocking the path.
Yeah.
He needs an accent like that. Do you need by?
He might just scoot right by
You
you.
need to get by? Here, let me step up. Oh, I would step up here and you could have went under between my legs.
So I made it, all the way to the top of Mount Oberlin and all the way back down. And in the process, I proved to myself and hopefully to a few others that you can change. Even old, out-of-shape dogs like me can do new things. And when those changes mean experiencing more of our Northland outdoors, it's all worth it.
And we made it. Back down to the bottom. Worth a trip. Worth a trip.